Hello guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to my kitchen. This is a change of scenery. It's not my bedroom anymore. I decided I was going to do a little bit something different for a change. Get a break from vlogs because I have nothing else going in my life, so might as well do something a little bit different. Decided I was going to make a tiramisu because I love tiramisu and everyone in my family likes tiramisu, so like let's just make a tiramisu because tiramisu in the supermarkets, they're very expensive, I'd have to say. But then again, like I probably bought the same if not more stuff anyway for this, but whatever. I wanted to make tiramisu, but I also wanted to do like a little chat with me, catch up with my life, you know, like Conan Gray. I used to be a massive fan of his videos. I used to have the exact same sort of concept where he would babble and bake. That's basically what I want to do today. I want to talk and bake because I love talking and I love making things at the same time. So we're gonna do that today. Mind you, I got ready just for this. This is not normal Melanie. This is Melanie when she feels like she needs to put in effort to look good. So this is not what I usually wear or look like. I would look like a mess most of the time, but I'm doing this just for you guys. Just for you guys. That shows you how much I care. Yeah, I don't know how to go about this because I never really make I've never really made recipe videos before, because anytime I try and do that, it always ends up in a mess or in a disaster. So we're gonna work it out. I broke my egg yolk. I should probably set up another camera, but I don't have the money for that, so we're just gonna go with the first camera. So the recipe calls for 2 egg yolks, so that was what I'm doing right now. I didn't even realize tiramisu had egg yolks in it. I swear I didn't use egg yolks last time, but literally all the recipes I can find now, all they ever say is use egg yolks. So I guess we're really winging it this time. I don't know how this is gonna end up. I don't know if UK eggs are any more safer than the eggs that they use in their videos. I just hope they are. If not, I'm giving my entire family salmonella today. Then they should be safe because you're like whisking it over hot water, so you're boiling the egg yolks. I don't know if it's me, but does anyone hate like the whites of egg yolks when they cook eggs? I have a genuine hate for egg whites. Okay, I feel as if I need to show you guys what I'm doing as well. It feels really weird because my camera's set up this way, but I can't really set up this way because I'm cooking. It's just, I need to warm some water up. So when I was trying to come up with sort of ideas, or just trying to come up with sort of what to talk about, I didn't really have many topics because I realized my life isn't as fun as some other people's. I'm a homebody more than anything else, so there's nothing really interesting going in my life except for literally my hobbies and stuff. But I'm just gonna do like a little catch up. How have you guys been? How's everything? I hope you guys are doing alright. On my end, I've been trying to fill up my time with a lot of hobbies. I don't know if anyone can relate, but I'm someone who likes to have a lot of hobbies because it keeps me busy, like a lot. That's why I like try and do a lot of things at one time. I think that's a very big flaw of mine as well, is I want to do everything, and it's like whenever I try and do that, I just never have time to do everything, if you get what I mean. It's just, since I'm doing a lot of things, my interest like fluctuates between like things I'm doing. So then one day I could be so into doing things with clay or crocheting, and then I do it for a day and I get tired of it, I get sick and tired of it, and then I end up moving on to something else. I don't know if anyone feels the same way that I do about that. Okay, I have to whisk this egg over warm water. I'm the kind of person who loves to have a lot of hobbies at the same time. But again, it's very detrimental because I can switch between hobbies really easily, and I lose interest in hobbies as well very easily. Currently, like my current hobbies right now is switching between trying to read a book. I'm also trying to learn like sign language at the same time. I like enrolled myself in some sign language classes recently, so that's what I'm doing. I'm 2 lessons in and I can sign the alphabet and numbers, so I think that's a pretty good start, I'd have to say, to that. Also at the side, I'm making clay stuff. I'm doing stuff with clay, and then also I've got like my other hobbies that include drawing and like editing and just I know, playing games like Minecraft and stuff. Those are my other hobbies. Is gaming considered a hobby? Because of the fact that I have so many hobbies, it just like, I feel like I'm talking like one of those, oh, I'm not like the other girls, I have too many hobbies. No, genuinely, it gets really stressful sometimes for me as well, because I wake up and then I sit in bed and I'm like, what should I do today? And then there's too much to do because I have too much things that I'm doing, so then I just end up not doing it at all. That's what's been happening recently. It's exhausting sometimes, and so I'm just like, I can't be bothered. That's why I like put stuff off until late. It's a very like weird cycle for me, but I still think it keeps me on edge. It keeps me on the edge, because at least that's a little bit more exciting than just not doing anything for me. I like being lazy, but like not all the time. I like to have a little bit of like variety in life, but I'm lazy most of the time anyway. But yeah, anyway, I think that's right. That's what's going on in my life right now. Literally just like work, and on top of that I think that's why I low-key kind of want a 9-to-5 job, because I feel as if that gives you enough time to have time for your hobbies. But I don't want a 9-to-5, because you're doing that like 40 hours a week. I wanted to talk about sort of jobs and stuff, and like what I'm thinking of doing now, because now that I've had like some time like coming out of uni to sort of think about what I want to do, I've realized that maybe I want to try and do an apprenticeship, because even after dropping out of uni, I still kind of missed the education part of it. Again, it kept me busy, like I had something to do, but also because I learned something new when I was in education. Right now I'm not learning new stuff. I mean, I am, but like it's just not the same as it used to be, is all I can say. Again, it's still like in the air. I don't know if I want to do it, but like that's an option that I'm thinking of going down anyway. Eggs are doubled in size. That is good. It's going well so far. Okay, now I need to fold in my mascarpone. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've heard so many people say mascarpone, but I learned a little bit of Italian and I know it's mascarpone. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what it is. So another point of topic I wanted to talk about was minimalism, or the clean girl aesthetic, because that used to be like, I think that still is a big thing now, but I think it has gone down a little bit, like in the sense it's not as popular as it used to be, but like it's still there. It lingers. It's like, I wanted to talk about it because it's been on my mind. I don't know why. I think it's because I've been seeing a lot of like TikToks and stuff, like, you know, like Nara Smith and stuff, which it's not like, clean girl aesthetic is not really her sort of, I don't class her as a clean girl. It's the sort of vibe she gives off. Generally speaking, like my experience with the whole clean girl aesthetic has been kind of a love-hate relationship. Not just with a clean girl, but like minimalism in general. It's like a love-hate relationship thing, because okay, I understand the motive behind minimalism in the sense that it, you know, you're cutting down on like the main objective is you're cutting down on consumerism, and you want to sort of have a sustainable life. You're not like buying, overspending, overbuying, you know, consuming as much. You're being very like aware of what you need and what you don't need, and I totally get that, and it's just something I deeply understand and relate to. But I think recently the whole minimalism, or like, it has sort of evolved, and I think, yeah, it's evolved into something that's purely aesthetic, and now people don't really sort of do it for the means of, oh, you know, I want to try and be more sustainable, I want to try and sort of cut out all the necessary additions to my life. I think now it's more just purely aesthetic, where it's just, oh, this white, plain, beige, sad beige mom kind of thing. Especially with interior design specifically, and also fashion, it's so bleh now. I totally like get why they're doing it, but now it's just, people are just doing it because it's purely an aesthetic. It has very weird connotations behind it. The whole sort of money aspect. You can only afford this lifestyle if you have money, because there's no way in hell I can imagine a normal person having like literally nothing in their like not nothing, but a lack of objects in their life without there being a need for it. Even for me, like I try and, you know, try and keep my spending to, I try and keep my spending to minimum, but like still there's things I need to have in my life, and it's just, it doesn't correlate with that aesthetic at all. Also because I think it erases a lot of personality from people who practice it, especially like me. If I don't think enough, look at the color of my skin. I am from India, and like the way I've been brought up is my family likes to preserve their identity. We have like photo frames, we have a lot of like objects and stuff that we still have from when we were in India and stuff, and because of that, like I think a lot of that goes into the maximalist style, where we have a lot of memories that we want to sort of keep and sort of preserve. And again, that doesn't really fit with the whole clean girl minimalist aesthetic at all, because it just goes against it, where it borders the line on hoarding and maximalism. There's a very fine line, and I feel as if that's where like I tread, because I have a lot of memories, I have a lot of things I want to keep track of that I just don't want to like throw away. And I just like, I think for me, like personally, I'm a very vibrant person. Oh, I feel so like weird, I feel so quirky describe myself, but I'm a very like outgoing person when you get to know me. I like to express that part of my personality through what I wear, through my room, through literally anything I do. It essentially links to my identity, because I've always associated that sort of aesthetic with whiteness and looking good, and I feel as if that's also been associated with it a lot of like sort of majority white demographic. They seem to thrive in this aesthetic, whereas I feel as if a lot of people of color aren't really associated with it, because we're sort of associated with the opposite. I feel it's a very touchy subject that I don't want to get into right now whilst I'm making a tiramisu, but I think it's definitely one worth talking about, because there's so many different nuances behind it. But all in all, I think the clean girl aesthetic is not really my vibe. I totally understand why people do it and the whole like motivation behind it, but I think nowadays it's completely lost its meaning, and people are just doing it purely for aesthetic reasons, to basically not show off, but it's basically what it is when you're an influencer. You're trying to show people that you have this certain lifestyle, and I don't know, I don't really vibe with it. And also it's just so bland. I'm sorry, there's like no personality behind it. I want to see who you are as a person. Put some photo frames at least, please. I'm so tired of seeing the same like beige art poster in every room. I like every interior like room tour I see. Like, can we please like add something into the room? It's a pop of color, a little bit of, I don't know, green or red. Do you know the one thing I hate about this camera is that it loses its battery so quickly. I don't know how or why it's doing that. Maybe I need to tweak my settings, but it's literally on its last like leg. I charged it this morning as well. I don't know why it's gone down so quickly, but it's what it is. We will survive. But I mixed up the mascarpone, and now I'm just adding some double cream into a bowl. This is difficult. There you go. I think that should be enough. Okay, I charged my camera. It will probably die soon, but we will get through this. So I've made the cream. I made the tiramisu cream pot thing. Now we'll get on to making the little sponge cake thing. I have the sponge fingers. I actually made the coffee. Let me see what the TikTok says. So I need some. I don't have espresso. This is why I call this a poor man's tiramisu, because I'm using a highly good quality brand of Nescafe Original, because I really don't have any espresso and I don't want to buy any espresso, so we're just doing this. And I'm completely winging it as well, because that's at least 4 tablespoons worth of coffee, so we shall see how strong it really is now. It's just because I know I'm gonna need a lot of coffee for the actual biscuits, because they do end up soaking quite well. I want to put a little bit of sugar in there just to cut out the strong coffee flavor. Something else to add with the coffee. 2 shots of vodka in there. I think maybe a tiny bit more, but who knows. And then we just mix that together. It's kind of curdling, but that's not a big issue for me. I'm not going to try this because I hate the taste of strong coffee. I'm just going to guess that it's good, so we'll get on to it. Huh? No.
The cover came there?
Yeah, he finished it all. Okay, now I'm going to dust it with cocoa powder. So I'm just dunking it in here. But yeah, Here's another thing I wanted to talk about, and it's a very, like, I don't know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I just wanted to talk about how hard it is nowadays. Like, I never really realized about how hard it's become nowadays to keep in touch with anyone and everyone, because that was one of my New Year's resolutions as well. I wanted to try and keep in touch with friends and stuff, because I never really did a good job of it that last year. So this time I wanted to try and actually work on keeping those friendships alive, healthy and well. So far, oh, I don't know how well that's going, because obviously the thing is, it's not like I have a lot of friends. I have the few close ones to me, but I don't know why, but I always find it difficult to try. Camera died, inevitable, but we shall continue. Yeah, as I was saying, it's really hard to like try and make time for friends and like family, especially when it's just always, I don't know, I can never, there is no excuse. I think I'm a very like, I need to try and prioritize. I'm trying to excuse myself, but there really is an excuse. I just need to try and work harder on being more present in other people's lives, because I think I'm failing at that horribly right now. But it is what it is. I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to make time for friends and stuff. Obviously, it's harder because all my friends live far away. The closest friend I know is like 2 hours away, which is honestly so hard sometimes, because it's like, first of all, you need to take a bus or a train to get there, but even then it's so much more harder. It's still like a 2 hours bus ride. It's actually 4 hours when you think about it, back and forth. And then even then, put holidays down or take unpaid leave, because some of us need to make money. It's so much more difficult sometimes, and it's harder to prioritize. But like, all my friends that I know are watching this, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to do my best in like and be present and stay in touch with you guys. Sometimes I'm just really stupid. I forget. Trust that I am trying my best. I am trying my best, and hopefully I can see every one of y'all's at some point this year. But it's even harder with family as well sometimes, because I have a lot of family who don't live here, and again, you have to try and keep in contact, but then work, which is why I don't really like the concept of a 9 to 5, because your entire like day is just work, and you just don't get time for literally anything else. I'm on my second layer of the tiramisu now. I think this is, I just finished the second layer. I'm on my third layer now, sorry. To add on that point, I am not the kind of person who can like call. I prefer in-person hangouts. I think I tend to do much better when I'm talking to a person in person than I am like on the phone or anywhere else. Basically, it works better for me to do that in person than to do it over the phone or thing. I still like calling people and stuff, but it just, for me personally, I prefer doing it like talking to people in person than over the phone. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about, especially online, especially if you're like working full time. It's just how little time you get to yourself and how little time you get to make for other people. Because I feel there's a lot of influence online. They can sort of say like, you know, oh, it's actually really easy to make time for people, but it really isn't. Not when like life gets in the way. And well, I do think there needs to be a level of sympathy. I do want to try and hold myself accountable more and try and not fall into the trap of excusing my like self like this way, and actually try and work towards not falling into that trap of, oh, life is busy, I don't want to do anything else, I don't want to talk to anyone else, because you really end up missing out on a lot of things. And I really just, in generally, I want to try and do good by the people around me. Fingers crossed. Tiramisu's done. There we go. Don't mind the mess. Don't mind the mess. Tommy's ready for food as well. Tommy! It's time for a review. My camera is still down. I've just given up. I'm just gonna charge it until it's completely full, but that is good. I definitely think I'm gonna try and leave it into the fridge in the fridge for at least overnight because I didn't soak the ladyfingers in the coffee long enough, so they're still kind of hard. So I want to see if I can soak it. I can leave it in the fridge overnight and hopefully the ladyfingers can soak some of the cream maybe. It's a reach, but this is still good. Guys, I'm making a fucking tiramisu. This tastes exactly like, if anyone's tasted the Tesco tiramisu, it tastes exactly like that. I'll try and link the recipe, but I did like mess around with it a little here and there. Like I added a lot more sugar than they asked for because I like my tiramisus a little bit sweeter than it usually is, but this tastes exactly like a Tesco tiramisu. It's not an authentic Italian tiramisu because I know an authentic Italian tiramisu, you use the egg whites, but I just didn't have time to whisk up all the egg whites, so I just left them out. This is amazing.